Paddington 2 is the sequel to 2015's Paddington, which is a film that I really enjoyed. This sequel follows Paddington still living with the Browns, and he comes across this pop-up book that he really wants to get for his aunt. He wants to show his aunt what London looks like, and she physically can't be there. So he decides to get this book, which is like a pop-up book of London, and, you know, it's so sweet. It's adorable. However, a master of disguise / actor steals this book for wealth and frames Paddington, which basically sends him to jail for 10 years. That's right, 10 years. Yeah, it's a kid's movie, guys. So when I first saw Paddington in 2015, I absolutely loved it. And I think that's really special because I didn't read the books as a kid, and here I was as a 20-year-old in, 2015, watching Paddington for the first time, and I really enjoyed this character, and I had no background with him whatsoever. He's an English property, so that's probably the reason why. Maybe I saw him in like a Barnes & Noble or something as a kid, and maybe saw the cover, but just walked away. I don't know, I was more into comic books. But I think it's just so special that I was introduced to this character in a different media format, and absolutely fell in love with him. I really love Paddington, and I absolutely relate to this character because I totally agree with his morality. Paddington lives by this code where it's basically, if you treat people right, the world will be a better place. And I truly believe that as a human being, and I think a lot of people should go by that code. If you're kind and polite, the world will be right. So if everyone is kind and polite, the world can be a better place. And that's what I really enjoy about these films, is because it kind of showcases a world where if that idea is portrayed, it showcases how much love can travel throughout people. And it's shown throughout this film where, especially when Paddington goes to prison, and at first when he's interacting with the prison mates, they kind of want to kill him. Like, they hate him because he's like adorable, and the prison mates are like, oh, I'm strong, I hate your cuteness. But as Paddington begins to live with them, he has an impact on them. And that was a really cool aspect of the film, and not really a believable one per se, because, you don't ever want to go to prison, kids, just remember. But for the film's universe, and for this kid's film, I thought it was a really cute tone. I really enjoyed that, and just the idea of going to this prison and making it more of a fun place by using your kindness. It actually felt like a prison that I wanted to go to. But by the way, like I said, kids, you don't want to go to prison. If you see this film and want to go to prison, no. You don't want to it's not like that in real life. So I'm 22 years old, and I often wonder about the future a lot. And I wonder exactly what films I would like to show my kids as a parent. And I think I would really love to show them Paddington, because Paddington just has a lot of moral value and a character that I just love. I really enjoy the ideas and messages that this character portrays, and that's something that I want my kids to live by when they grow up. I think it's something that a lot of people should live by. This is a kid's film, and I think a lot of adults can take away something from this. And that's the perfect kids film, where you have the kids enjoying it, it's an adorable, cute bear, but you also have adults who are taking something away from it and just being better people. And that's the reason why I love Paddington so much, even though I am not really familiar with him, and the first time I met him was in 2015, I really enjoy the messages that these movies portray. And I just also think they're really entertaining. I think they're really funny. I thought it was really different how they had Paddington, this cute and nice and adorable bear, in prison. If you think about it on paper, that's kind of funny. As a film itself, this is the only negative I'm going to say, it's just, as an adult, there are things to take away from this kid's film, like being kind to others, but as like an adult, there are things where you're just like, no, that would not happen in real life. So Paddington is arrested by the police because the police think that he stole this book, but they don't really have any proof that he stole the book. The book isn't on his person. So that's kind of poor police work. You wouldn't really go to jail for that, especially 10 years. You wouldn't go to jail for 10 years for stealing a pop-up book. I don't care if it's $1,000 or whatever price the movie is portraying it to be. That just doesn't happen. And I think that's just the film being a kid's film. I don't think that they're trying to be as accurate as possible. I think they're just trying to be tongue-in-cheek. But, it's just something to think about, really. It's just in real life, Paddington wouldn't have really gone to jail. People would have thought, okay, number one, he's a bear. He's not like a actual citizen. Like, you can't send like a bear to jail. And number two, like I said, he just doesn't have the book on his person or bear, So it's like, if you don't have proof that he stole the book, you can't send him to jail. let alone 10 years of prison time. Those are just my thoughts as a critic, but overall, this movie is great. I would definitely recommend it to anybody who is just now becoming a parent and their kids are growing up and they want to start taking their kids to see a film. This is definitely that perfect film. The kids are going to enjoy it. The parents are going to enjoy it. I think it's got a lot of smart humor as well. It's British humor. You can't go wrong there. So yes, guys, that was my review of Paddington 2. Comment down below what you thought of this film. If you've seen it yet, like the video, share it, and please subscribe to Pixel Talk if you haven't yet for more movie reviews, trailer reactions, and gaming content. Also, follow me on Stardust. I've been doing a lot of early reviews, a lot of quick reviews, so if you'd like to see an early review before the actual YouTube video, just follow me on Stardust. You should still watch the YouTube videos, though, because these are like 30-second clips that I'm uploading to Stardust. They're very brief, but yeah, if you want to just see like a quicker review, check it out on Stardust, but definitely just keep on watching these videos. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. I am Corbin Stuckey, and this is Pixel Talk.